where she obtained a secondary teacher's diploma in 1986 with a first class pass. Understanding the value of education in self-development and development of others, she registered with Vista University for a baccalaureate artium, that is BA degree, in 1982 with English, psychology, public administration and education amongst courses for her degree. A lifelong learner, passionate and obsessed with expanding one's horizon, Comrade Linah obtained her baccalaureate education, that is B.Ed, in 1996 with the University of Pretoria. She loved teaching and she loved molding young minds and excelled in English and biology. She dedicated most of her teaching time to uplift the standard of living of children in the township and ensured that they receive the education that will make them able to compete in the global world. Comrade Linah got employed as an educator at Zidobele Secondary School from 1986 to 1987. She was given the responsibility for physical education and sports organization amongst the extramural activities, while she was also teaching Sepedi, biology and geography at the same time. Her hard work and her love for people development did not go unnoticed. She got a senior position at Essau Secondary School as the deputy principal, a position she held from 1987 to 2001. And as a deputy principal of Essau, she was also assigned the duties of the head of department, HOD in Natural Sciences. And then Comrade Linah then left the Department of Education and joined the Mpumalanga Department of Culture, Sports and Recreation as the regional head, the post she held from 2001 until 2002. Now, since a lit candle cannot be kept hidden under the table, her skills in management and the position of personal assistant to the executive mayor of Emalahleni local municipality in the years 2002 to 2003. In this position, Comrade Malatjie was responsible for heading administration and advising the executive mayor on strategic issues, amongst others. Comrade Linah moved to be the municipal manager of Emalahleni local municipality in the year 2003 to 2006. She was the first female manager within Nkangala region and did not fail in representing women in this critical and strategic high position. She shaped the municipality's administration and put systems in place that would help the municipality sustain itself. Her stay at Emalahleni was short-lived, but she made a great impact. Comrade Malatjie was elected as the executive mayor of Emalahleni local municipality in the year 2006. And it is during this time that she faced challenges within the African National Congress, which unfortunately led to her African National Congress membership being suspended for a period of 5 years. But as a disciplined cadre of the movement, she continued with work in the community and was appointed as the project manager of one of the main contractors at Kusile Power Station, where she was responsible for the management of the company's finances, the staff, and logistics from the year 2011 to the year 2012. Immediately after the end of her ANC membership suspension, Comrade Linah joined the Nkangala District Municipality as the Deputy Manager, Head of Disaster Management Center, and she was responsible for fire and rescue services, including safety within the district. It did not take long for her to be appointed as the General Manager, the GM, for the Social Services Department in the same district municipality until the year 2016, when she was elected as a councillor for Nkangala District Municipality. Comrade Linah was then elected to the position of the executive mayor for Nkangala District Municipality and served diligently until the ANC redeployed her to Emalahleni local municipality. At the time of her passing, she was re-elected as the executive mayor of Emalahleni local municipality after succeeding in the mayoral interviews conducted by the ANC and the Alliance NEC panel. The mayoral candidates for the year 2021 local government elections, the most difficult elections since the dawn of our democracy, were to meet the qualification requirements in order to be eligible to be interviewed. Comrade Linah aced the interviews, not only as the sitting executive mayor, but because of the seriousness with which she regarded local government. She equipped herself with requisite knowledge and skills to turn local government around. When in local government, she obtained a number of qualifications to assist her understand local government better, and amongst those qualifications are the following: the Executive Leadership Municipal Development Program, Certificate Program in Management Development, that is CPMD, in Municipal Finance, Fundamental Project Management, Assessor Moderator course, just to name a few. She served in the South African Local Government Association, that is SALGA, first as the Deputy Chairperson for the Mpumalanga province, whilst she was the Executive Mayor of Nkangala District. But at the time of her untimely death, she was serving in the National SALGA as the Chairperson of the Rural Development Portfolio Committee. Comrade Malatjie, as a leader, displayed some of the rare characteristics expected from the cadres of our movement. She was like a pin, straight, sharp, and she was level-headed and very clean. She knew how to separate self-centeredness from what she wants to achieve for her people. As a leader who belongs to people, she advanced a people's cause without posturing herself. A cadre with incisive mind, sharp wit and easy humor. Comrade Linah's passing left a huge void in the ANC and in government in general. She was a committed activist who served in the structures of the African National Congress and its alliance in various capacities. She belonged to a generation of the post-apartheid activists who gave impetus to our struggle beyond its unbanning. A vociferous opponent of gender inequality and discrimination. And throughout her political activism, Comrade Linah was in the forefront of the struggle towards the advancement of women emancipation and empowerment. She is of the generation of the young people whose political consciousness and maturity caused them to respond to the Year of the Spear, as declared by O.R. Tambo in his 1979 speech. Simultaneously, Comrade Linah could not escape the influence of the workers' struggle, led by South African Democratic Teachers Union, that is SADU. Whilst practicing as an educator, Comrade Linah cut her political tooth in the trade union movement as the site steward of the South African Democratic Teachers Union, where she served as the branch secretary in Witbank branch, served also as the education convener and gender convener for Greater Highveld region. She later served as the political gender convener, that is provincial. Comrade Linah Malatjie also served in the COSATU structures and led and held the positions of gender chairperson in Mpumalanga and also the deputy chairperson in Mpumalanga. But then, due to her strong understanding of dialectical materialism, which asserts that people are a product of their material circumstances, their human nature, and that their outlook and general psychology reflect the condition under which they live and work. Comrade Linah understood that to change the people, you must change their circumstances. She understood that people draw knowledge and develop character from the practical experience of the material world that everyone is able to learn from, live in, and play a part in running the affairs of the society. As a cadre who understood that the ranks of the African National Congress need to be swelled, she became involved in both the African National Congress branch and the ANC Women's League, that is the PEC and the REC structures respectively. She is a member in good standing of Ward 21, Ibalule branch. Comrade Linah served as the ANC Nkangala REC member, Nkangala ANC Women's League convener, ANC REC deputy secretary. At the time of her passing, she was a member of the Mpumalanga ANC PEC and also the ANC Women's League RTT convener in Kangala. Comrade Linah Malatjie played a key role in stabilizing the governance and systems in the city of Emalahleni local municipality towards a financially sustainable institution. Her key focus as the executive mayor was on the accelerated service delivery program, which was underway across the city. Comrade Linah Malatjie's passing is a great loss to the movement, the community of Emalahleni, and the society at large. We are forever grateful for her selfless contribution to the freedom of the people of South Africa and the enhancement of service delivery within the city of Emalahleni. Comrade Linah leaves the responsibility to all of us to build revolutionary alliance and to revive its core values, that is of unity, selflessness, sacrifice, collective leadership, humility, honesty, discipline, integrity, hard work, internal debate, constructive criticism, as well as mutual respect. She performed her task with unmatched efficiency and self-discipline, free from any form of corruption. She was a shining star in the performance of her duties. She was the light for her fellow comrades. She was a great asset to the African National Congress. There was no task too small nor too huge for Comrade Linah. It is only at times like this that we realize that we have never said thank you enough to the family of Malatjie and Lishaba. And also, we have never applauded and appreciated her enough. We wish for that last moment to say, thank you, dear comrade. Thank you, Mbogoto. Comrade Linah Malatjie's main pillar of strength was her husband, Muruti Spetlele Essau Malatjie, the sixth son of the late Jeremiah Ramkhopa Malatjie and Maria Sikeko Malatjie. Muruti Malatjie was born on the 23rd of July 1955 in Lydenburg and received his primary education at Tsehla Secondary School, then proceeded to Mang Limang Secondary School to complete his senior certificate. And in 1997, he got married to his beloved Linah Malatjie, and they were blessed with 4 children. They so much loved. That is Ali, Mpho, Tebogo, and Kgaogelo, affectionately known as Kaizo. To raise and support the family he dearly loved, he worked at various companies such as Highfield Bakery, Mpagati Bus Services, and as a site manager at Tamukela Business Enterprise. Ntate Essau was a God-fearing, devoted Christian until his untimely death. He actively served in the St. Agnes Zion Christian Church, Tushanang Temple, for many decades. He served the temple in various capacities, including but not limited to being one of the choir choristers, and also as a temple secretary, the transport coordinator, and it did not come as a surprise when he was then ordained as a priest. Khosi, as he was affectionately known, Ntate Malatjie, also served as a youth general secretary for the region, assistant youth leader in 2001, and became youth leader, that is Hloko Yabaswa. Ntate Spetlele Malatjie demonstrated his God-given spiritual gifts, knowledge, skills, and integrity, loyalty, and was very diligent in executing his ministerial duties. He deservedly became the member of the Church General Executive Committee. Ntate Muruti Malatjie and Me Muruti, Comrade Linah Malatjie, are survived by their 4 children, 3 daughters-in-law and 1 son-in-law, 10 grandchildren who were the apples of their grandparents' eye. They also had a daughter, Ntabi Singh, who blessed them with 3 grandchildren. Comrade Linah leaves behind her beloved mom, her 3 sisters and 5 brothers, whilst Ntate Malatjie leaves behind his 3 sisters and 1 brother. May Comrade Linah Malatjie and Muruti Sipetlele Essau Malatjie's departed soul rest in eternal peace and rise in glory. Nikulwile ukulwa okuhle kokukholwa. Nifanelwe umqhele wokulunga uNkulunkulu ongumahluleli oqotho aza kunamekelisa wona. Siyobonana kwelizayo.
Thank you very much, Comrade Linky. Kulesikhathi samanje, I will request Mpumalanga Youth Choir. We don't have time, just 1 song. Lawa makwaya lebeka sebenda kanye no Mayor wala Emalahleni. So they want to celebrate him.
All right, the funeral service of the Emalahleni, late Emalahleni local municipality mayor.
Asiphelelanga kushodulina hayi asiphelelanga hayi asiphelelanga hayi asiphelelanga kushodumalasha asiphelelanga hayi asiphelelanga hayi asiphelelanga kushodulina asiphelelanga hayi
Thank you very much. As if you know, kuthi ngalesikhathi lesi sisinga lengoma lefana nale ngoba indeed asiphelelanga shoda ubaba Malatjie shodana make Malatjie kulesikhathi samanje ndacela ukuthi sigijime kulama speakers lawa lalandzelako ndawucela uSpeaker wemunicipality ubaba uNkosi ete ngaphambili atosiniketa
comprehensively express our deepest appreciation and to say thank you to our late Executive Mayor, Councillor Linah Malatjie, and her husband, Tate Sibali Malatjie, who was also ordained as a priest at St. Agnes Zion Christian Church, and his main focus was to build and make sure that the RDP of the soul is revived on time to time. Ours is now to pick up the spear from our late Executive Mayor to advance the 2021 local government election manifesto of the ruling party and the commitments made. We promise you, Mama, we will wage a sustained fight until the last drop of our blood, if needed, to make sure that the marching orders you gave in your acceptance speech as the Executive Mayor in the 5th administration of the city are attained. Fellow mourners, allow me to remind you the exact words of the late Executive Mayor, open quote.
both as Nkangala District Municipality and Emalahleni Local Municipality Executive Mayor remains unmatched. As an activist driven by the desire to better the lives of our people, Malatjie has been tasked with a number of responsibilities since the advent of our democratic dispensation, including, but of course not limited to, serving as the municipal manager of Emalahleni Local Municipality and as an executive mayor of Nkangala District, and of course the executive mayor of Emalahleni Local Municipality. Everyone who has had an honor and a privilege of working with Malatjie will attest to the fact that she executed her responsibilities with great skill, precision, selfless dedication, and unwavering commitment to serving with integrity. Therefore, it is difficult to speak of her as the late because we were not ready for her untimely departure. Her enormous skills and insight on spatial planning, municipal finance, and accelerated service delivery programs made her a rare breed within the local government sphere. In her honor, the Emalahleni Local Municipality must give full momentum to the accelerated service delivery program which she championed. This program will address the lack of proper maintenance of infrastructure whilst removing the bottlenecks that are an obstacle towards optimal service delivery. Malatjie was a fervent advocate for local economic development. She was at the forefront of initiatives to unlock the economic potential of Emalahleni. One of the initiatives was to collaborate with the local taxi association to revitalize the economy of the town, especially the taxi rank and its surrounding. Malatjie is a firm believer that public-private partnerships can accelerate infrastructural development in our towns, displayed a central role in coordinating and participating of all role players from the private and public sectors to develop a retail mall in the area adjacent to our taxi rank. In a couple of weeks, I will oversee the sorting ceremony that will birth the mall that will be named after Malatjie. Program Director Malatjie embodied what effective intergovernmental relations envisaged. She would avail herself at a minute's notice to ensure that government at local and provincial level operated seamlessly and in the best interest of our people. When a racial tension flared up at Witbank Technical High School in May last year, Malatjie and I spent over 12 hours engaging parents, the school governing body, and the students. We made a commitment that we will not leave the school until an amicable solution was reached. On that day, a commitment of non-racialism and unity was achieved. As a peacemaker, Malatjie played a central role in ensuring that racial tensions in the school and surrounding community were soothed. The school is now an excellent example of the principle of unity in diversity. Such was the extent of her commitment to fostering unity and social integration. Program Director, when I delivered the State of the Province address last year, I made a commitment to commence the process of constructing a tertiary hospital in Emalahleni. Malatjie, along with the Municipal Council, proactively identified and availed land for purposes of this project. This was evidence of her commitment to accelerate infrastructural development for the benefit of the people of Emalahleni. Upon completion of the construction of the hospital and in honor of Malatjie, the tertiary hospital shall be named Linah Malatjie Academic Hospital. Program Director, what I have cited are two examples that reflect the leadership qualities of the one we are gathered to bid farewell to. Beyond our grief and pain lies an unwavering commitment to emulate the way in which Malatjie lived her life. We must commit ourselves to building better communities that are inclusive, safe, progressive, and prosperous. The African National Congress in the province has lost a pillar and an advocate for unity. As an activist, Malatjie was able to find a home in a broad church of ideologies that is the African National Congress. She appreciated the fact that the African National Congress is the only vehicle that can lead society towards socio-economic emancipation and restore the dignity of our people. As we pay homage and send off a true comrade, we must return to activism and take our rightful place on the correct side of history. We must join hands and build our communities. We must not retreat from our responsibilities to attain a fundamental renewal of the African National Congress and the acceleration of socio-economic transformation of our province and country in line with the message relayed by the President, His Excellency Cyril Ramaphosa, during the January 8th commemoration yesterday. To the Malatjie and Leshaba families, there are no words to quantify the extent of your loss. In one fateful evening, you lost a loving mother and a father who were key anchors in both families. This is a very trying time for the family. May God extend His healing hand over your wounds so that in time you may begin to heal. We wish to thank you for selflessly sharing Linah Malatjie with us. The fond memories and the knowledge that they lived a purpose-driven life will continue to nourish you, strengthen you, and lighten the burden you are carrying. Robalang Kakhoso Baha Malatjie, your legacy and service to the people of Mpumalanga will be eternally etched on the fiber of this province. I thank you very much, Program Director.
uhlele duze kwami
Thank you very much. We pride ourselves as a Department of Culture, Sports and Recreation, ngale orchestra, lesifomile from the various regions. I combination ihlanganisa onke lama district lesinawo lana eMpumalanga. And niyati nani ukuthi kuvamise kuba ngilabeli bala ngoba le mission iyabida. Nalok train and everything, but we've been able siyabonga kakhulu. Sicela uComrade Trudy ngepoem masinyane.
Ukupumula lapha emhlabeni mandibulise utatu Gwede Mantashe, ndibulise umama uBathabile Dlamini upresident womama, ndibulise minister bonke abakhona apha ngaphakathi, ndibulise i-leadership ye-PEC, ndibulise i-leadership ye-REC, ndibulise wonke umuntu okhona, ndibulise i-families zoyi-2, ndibulise abafundisi bonke, wonke umuntu okhona la ngaphakathi kule nkonzo kaMamlina, ndiyanibulisa nonke. Lala kakuhle Comrade Linah Malatjie, bazokukhumbula abahlali nabasebenzi baseMalahleni. Wena kufa ufika njengesela uhlasele ushiye izijwili nentsisi, ulamvila lakho linobuza nobuhlungu, uyingxaki kufa usisimanga, akukhona mnye okunqwenelayo. Mhla yonke ulwa neqolo, zizijwili nentsisi emva kwakho. Bukhala khume nomsindo uyingxaki sobalekela kuphina kufa ngoba nkalo zonke uzivalile. Limkile igorhakazi lomsi walo, umkile usishiyile uzunywe kukufa, ushiye insisi nenyembezi. Kwimihla yenhlungu, kwimihla yenzima, afa amaqabane zaphela inkokheli, kwatsho kwabamnyumnyezi kwabanda amazantsi esisu sakuvakala eso sithonga. La ndinana labahlolokazi nensisi nenketama, yehla yenyuka intombi kaMthweni ifuna amacebo ayawafumana, wehla wenyuka umfo kaMayisela naye uyisakala. Lomhlango wosizi, lomhlango wembandezelo, afa amaqabane aphela amaqabane. Wafu Comrade Linah kwindawo yaseVerina, lichithekile igazi lingenatyala ngale mini, mayiqalekiswe imini yokufa kukaComrade Linah. Lala kakuhle mama wethu Comrade Linah Malatjie, sizokukhumbula qhawe lamaqhawe. Usebenzile uqebile, ubuchule bakho buyimbalaselane ukwakha iMpumalanga, buyimbalaselane ukwakha iANC, buyimbalaselane ukwakha iMalahleni. Namhlanje iMpumalanga ithetha izwi elinye ukulwela amalungelo abantu. Inkulumbuso yaseMpumalanga iyalila. Umphathi kamasipala uyalila. Abasebenzi bakho bayalila. Abantu abaphila ngebala elimhlophe bayalila. Inkedama ziyalila. Abantu abakhubazekileyo bayalila. Abantu abadala eMalahleni bayalila. Abantwana bezikolo zaseMalahleni bayalila. Inhlangano zasomateksi ziyalila. Osomabhizinisi baseMalahleni bayalila. Abantwana bakho abahlutshwa yizidakamizwa bayalila. iMalahleni yonke iyalila ukushiywa nguwe bekuthanda. Xolani mphakathi waseMalahleni, xolani lilele limkile igorhakazi liye ekuphumleni. Ingxaki zomhlaba uzinikele umva. Kubani na ongathukanga, kubani na ongevanga inhlungu, kufandini mawuqalekiswe. Uyazibona na ezinsizi emva kwakho, namhlanje uyindidi uyingxaki. Kwimihla yamandulo wawunqabe ungena kubona. Uyingxaki intondini engena kubaliswa. Ufikile izolo oku emsini KwaMhlanga de wafika suba umphefumulo ongenatyala. Sitsho sonke sithi hamba ngoxolo qhawe kasindini. Sitsho sithi lala ngoxolo uphumle, owakho umzamo uzamile. Gazi lakho linkcenkceshele inyatyambo yeAfrika. Sithi nxeme somcundu akuhlanga lungehlanga. Sulani inyembezi nithuthuzeleke. Myekeni uComrade Linah aphumle ngoxolo. Thulani zalamane nezihlobo akuhlanga lungehliyo. Wasuseni amehlo enu kuye aphumle ngoxolo. Kuba ufikile umda kuye. Ubuyiyo yonke into ukuthi eMalahleni Boyinkokheli endaweni yenkokheli, ubungumzali endaweni yabazali, ubuyichomi endaweni yechomi. Ingcebiso zakho zohlala zikhona ezingqondweni zethu eMalahleni. Imisebenzi yakho iyohlala ibonakala eluntwini. Zibuvile ubuhlungu inhliziyo zethu eMalahleni xa umthatha Nkosi sisahleli naye. Uze usikhonsele koComrade Dusty Maluka, uze usikhonsele koComrade Jackson Mthembu, uze usikhonsele koComrade Fana Mkhabela, uze usikhonsele koComrade Peter Mnisi, uze usikhonsele koComrade Solimurwape, uze usikhonsele koComrade Msemo Mkhabela, uze usikhonsele koComrade David Maluma nakwezinye izinyanyaze ANC. Wenzile phumla ntombi kalishaba. Wenzile phumla ntombi kalishaba. Sizothatha la ugcine khona. Benze baphumle ngoxolo Nkosi. Ubakhanyisele ngokhanyiso olungacimiyo. Yeba.
Angali lumas bonas inje. Angali lumas bonas inje. Angali lumas bonas inje. Angali lumas bonas ulina. Angali lumas bonas inje. Angali lumas bonas Malatjie. Angali lumas bonas inje. Angali lumas bonas inje.
Malibongwe wathinta bafazi, wathinta bomama, wathinta mayanga wena. Thank you very much. We are proceeding. Siyabonga zimbokodo zaka President Charlotte Maxeke namayanga yaka Comrade Nokuthula Simelane. Manje, before we can call
our president lo asenze sibanga lendlela singakhona as the ANC Women's League, the resilience, the spirit to be resolute comes from leadership ya Comrade Bata and the collective. Nisho Mungameli wetu, our selfless president, who is always grounded unto the masses. It's so painful. The last interaction with Malatjie, it was a day after inauguration ya district mayor. Apete the apron ya Molo Makelwana ame phambi kwamathi nobhala ngigqokise. After explaining that the service delivery that we are having in each and every branch, we expect every member of the ANC Women's League angene door to door, street to street, abhale phansi our challenges, and the chairperson and the secretary as official of every BC banikeze a report, and the ANC and her deployees but solve all those challenges so that we don't have any problem. Nyatuka, because I was shivering as she was standing a month and a half ago. Ngicela sikule and usher our progressive president of the ANC Women's League as the branches of the ANC Women's League in this province, as the members of the RTTs, as PTT members. Astulen Gakulu, because Comrade Linah Malatjie, she was always on her blouse working for women. Sabonga Comrade Batabile Kamin, our president, has come and represent the ANC Women's
Program Director, ayikintengisa njengokukhumula imask. Thank you very much, directors of the program, Ma Shongwe and Ma Murwane. Sicela ukubingelela ngokukhulu kuyithoba umndeni wakaLishaba nomndeni wakaMalatjie. Siphinde sibingelele i-leadership, Comrade Gwede Mantashe, the national chairperson, and the provincial chairperson of the ANC, no provincial secretary, members of the NEC, PECs, regions, and branches. Siyacela futhi ukubingelela uPremier weProvince uMama uMthweni Tsipane kanye nama MEC alana, ama-mayor, ama-councillor, MPs and MPLs. singakhohlwa ama minister nama deputy minister. Kubalekile futhi ukuthi sihloniphe iSt Agnes Church. Sibingelele ngokukhulu kuyithoba. Besingazi sonke ngecampaign masenza door to door ku Ward 15 nabo Essau Malatjie chairperson we Women's League ubekhona lapho uSecretary we ANC in the province wayekhona uSecretary we Women's League in the province wayekhona senza door to door, and this time sahlangana nabantu abancane kakhulu and sabona ukuthi iapproach yabantu abancane ishintshile. Abancengi bayatshela nje into abafuna ukukutshela yona. So there was a time la uComrade Linah waze wathi hayibo inganansi clinic lana angithi khona ugesi la lo ugesi okhanya kakhulu angithi khona indawo yabantwana that are in conflict with the law wayibala sports ground wathi zakhiwe ngale term. So nisho ukuthini ukuthi akwenziwa ngalutho kwayima bethula. But okunye Comrade Linah was very strong. Mangabe uyi-leader kuthiwa strong, usuke ungazenzi wena. Usuke wenziwa by i-membership ekulandelayo, i-membership ekuthumile, i-membership ekhethile, and ube very decisive. She believed in the ANC. And Comrade Linah, when the door of the ANC closed, she opened another door. Akumnandi phela ukususpendwa nje in the ANC. Noma ngabe kuyinyanga, it's very painful because i-ANC siyayithatha siyenza amakhaya ethu siyeke yonke into singabi nabangani and ube bored uma ungekho umhlangano. But yena, because she was strong, committed, she opened the door ye community work, and the ANC is about community work. And that is why, Comrade SG, I'm happy to see you here today. Ukuthi ube part yezinto ezenziwa uKhongolose. Uthule lapho and siyakubona thina ukuthi ukhona ufikile ukanye nathi ukhalisana nathi. I-ANC ngokuyazi kwethu thina SSK sadlula eyintweni enzima, ayibalahla abantu bayo. I-ANC inikeza i-second chance. I'm sure abaningi benu bayakhumbula ukuthi kuke kwaba nento ye-travel gate, but i-ANC ya-acta nge-issue yethu kodwa ayizange ize isilahle. And therefore, comrades, mangabe kukhona into eyenzekile in the ANC, kubalekile ukuthi sonke siphathe njengoComrade Linah. Njengoba sikhona la, simile la, simengo kuyiqhenya ngelunga lethu elingazange lize linyakaze. She never wavered. Kwaze kwaphela 5 years wavuselela imembership yakhe waqhubeka nomsebenzi wakhe. Enye into comrade sebekhulumile ngoComrade Linah. Comrade Linah was an organic and a vibrant intellectual. Bekwazi ukuthatha izinto eziphezulu azenze isebenze phansi. Ubekwazi ukusebenza nabantu. Ikomiti lakhe mangabe liqala ukubekwa iRTT bekunama branch awu20 but manje sinama branch awu136 because of umsebenzi wakhe. So ubengahambi nje ekhuluma kuphela, ube ne role in the ANC. Kubalekile ukuthi sibonge umndeni wakaMalatjie nowakalishaba ukuthi basinike indodakazi yabo strong kangaka ukuthi izosebenzisana no-African National Congress ikhiphe lonke ilaka layo ku-African National Congress. Kuyisiko lethu ke ukuthi uma ngabe kuhambe omunye wethu sihande over iblouse ye-Federation of South African Women to enye imember yefamily, and iblouse aliye suitcase lizoncitshwa, more particularly because njoba kade siye Limpopo Linah had prepared 50 young women akade bezohamba beyonxiba iblouse eLimpopo. So sizocela ukuthi lo 50 okade ulingisile umama ulinde ifamily ize ibe kahle, ngeke kube kahle siyazi sonke, kodwa baze babe ready ukuthi owe family ozoba ipart ye-ANC Women's League azogqoka. And the Women's League ishintshile, inabantu young women, it is vibrant. They have brought a lot of changes in the ANC Women's League. We are a dynamic organization. So sinama members NEC akhona la, Comrade uNozipho kanye no Comrade uCandid baliphethe iblouse. So sizolhanda over to imember ye family identify we ifamily. Siyabonga.
Tina Sizwe,
as the ANC Women's League and the Young Women's Desk chant going back to your seats, will be allowing usihlalo wethu, the provincial chair of the ANC, kuti azo enza lenkonzo that he has to do. Say allow the ANC Women's League so that you don't stand for a long time. Ni buyele into your seat.
Come on. Makhosikazi malibongwe, 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 igama lamakhosikazi malibongwe, igama lamakhosikazi malibongwe.
Long live ANC, long live. Long live ANC, long live. Program directors, I want to thank this opportunity that you have given me to introduce one of the heavyweights of the ANC, a true creator, a revolutionary, a comrade who did not or who does not. One may choose the mic. A comrade who doesn't inflate his own value, influence, and his own sense of self, who has spoiled today for a choice. We have got so many leaders today here in this roof. Leaders that serve us at the national level, but are going to be represented by the national chairperson, NEC member, NWC member, former SG, GS of NUM, a minor, a former ward councillor who acted as a mayor just for one day. Highly educated Minister Gwende Mantashe. Comrade Mkwati, I want to request you to come and address the monarchs.
But nam ndiyakoya ukuyikhulula imask. I-COVID seyifike kabini apha okwesithathu ke kukumuntu othi okwesithathu program directors, thank you very much. Ifamily yakwaMalatjie yonke, family yaMalatjie kamuka, makentethe isipede nam, family yaMalatjie kamuka, li family yakwaLishaba, ngabantu abathatha intombi yami kwabantu bakwaLishaba. Ubrother wami wayengathi nguLishaba athi nguLitshaba na phuma kwaLishaba. Inkokhelo ezikhoyo apha zenkonzo, St. Agnes Zionist Church, zonke inkokhelo zayo, oobishop, abefundisi bawangabakhoyo. Inkonzo esihloniphe kakhulu leyo. Nezinye inkonzo ezikhoyo apha siyazihlonipha. Leadership of the ANC, the NEC, PC, REC, there's body members, the NEC's, Comrade Ace Mahashola, uright uba khona apha. Kusemngcwabeni kaLinah Malatjie apha. Benqelenye activist yeNsizolo. One of my experiences as the SG of the ANC is people who write notes that so and so must not come to my funeral. It's the worst experience you can have. E-leagues zethu, Veterans League, Women's League, Youth League, branches of the ANC. All minister abakhoyo apa, no deputy ministers. Premier yalapha eMpumalanga, Comrade Refilwe, ne-MECs zonke ezikhoyo, ezalapha nezingezo zalapha. E-councillors ezikhoyo, or mayor, or speaker, or chief whip, nabo bonke abakhoyo. Bonke abazili abeze apha today to mourn and celebrate. We're doing two things in one. We're mourning and celebrating. Thank you very much for being here. Comrade Mandla, njenge host yethu. Kutwa mantete in your name, dithunywa NEC, to bring condolences to the family in the main. You know, when a home is befallen by a tragedy and a disaster, it is difficult to give assurances to children. And the reason for that is the children themselves understand that will never understand the depth of the hurt. People who understand it are the family. We can try to reassure you, strengthen you, but we don't understand the depth of the hurt. The family begin to ask many questions. One of the questions that is asked mostly is, what happened? Everybody asks this question, what happened? You can give a simplistic answer, there was an accident, and both Linah noBaba Essau basweleka. It's a simple answer. But the reality of that is to understand that, I will put it in both English and Xhosa, ukuthi usondele uYehova kwabanhliziyo zaphukileyo, abasindisa abamoya utyumkileyo. Now, what that says is that the Lord is none unto them that are of broken heart, and saveth such as be to contrive the spirit. Now, all I am trying to explain is that when your heart is broken, we can come here, we're helping to take the pain, but it is the Lord that will actually ultimately take that pain. So I want to reassure you that, therefore, many of these afflictions are to the righteous. Azenzeke izinto to people who are not wanted. It happens to the righteous. People who get involved in accident and disappear are people that we value, all of us. And we must appreciate that the Lord above also value them. And one of the lessons, and I found when I was brought up, was that we know all the numbers. We know everything. We know when will a child be born. We know even the weight these days. But one thing that is hidden to us is the date of departing. So we must not try to be innovative and try to say we understand that date. We do not understand that date. It has arrived to Comrade Linah, it has arrived to Comrade Essau, Umfundisi. Ethandaza, engumntu wenkonzo, yawufika la mina, it can't be stopped. It has to go. Now, yabona ke i-Wheat Bank le, this area, Comrade Ace, I spent many years here. Yeah. Actually, one of the areas that shaped some of us is this area, Emalahleni. That's why I am a coal fundamentalist. The reason that I'm a coal fundamentalist is because I spend a lot of time here mining coal. So how can I not be a coal fundamentalist? Now, because no ministers, banins up. The battle alone, man, the coal fundamentalist. I'm backward. I don't understand that time is changing. And one time, I watched UDP, where comrade Udabete Mabuz, that we take a helicopter from Nelspruit, we will try to go back. Then we must have a discussion. Only then did he understand our debate and the argument that this thing of saying will take so much money and close coal mines was when he saw the stretch from Belfast to Delmas. Ukuti, if we just act irresponsible, we will destroy lives and livelihoods. Now, we are here. Comrade Linah, I was sent here to my constituency offices here. I don't know why somebody in the house here can explain why he sent me here for a constituency office and not to Kala. But I was deployed here. First thing, you must remember, I was never in parliament from 1994 to 2018. At my old age, that's why when they talk of old people must go, I say, you exclude me because I'm new. So you can't treat me as old person who must go now because young people must take over. I am new, so I'm not old. So when I came here, the best teacher about this area, reviving my knowledge that was beginning to disappear, was Comrade Linah. Now, you know, Comrade Linah, it took her to take me to schools, is to deliver shoes on opening of schools, that we must deliver schools, Comrade Mamluku, physically, when they delivered jerseys, delivered uniform, delivered socks, and also appreciated that it's not the same. If there is not a short, let's identify the most needy. And she was not writing a letter to do so. She took us physically there and interacted with these schools with her, and we did that every year for the last 3 years. And went from one school to the next next time is another school. And we're grateful to her for that patience. Now, only today do I understand why is Linah so patient. I didn't know that she's married to a priest. I didn't know this, you see. Because, you know, in the ANC, there's something strange that, you know, for ANC, they work you to the ground. They don't know that you have a family. They use you, drive you to the ground. I think we must revisit this thing of understanding family values. So, because she was this down-to-earth mayor, she took us to an old age. Old age. We arrived there, we delivered what we're delivering, but out of us, he extracted a commitment to electrify that home. You know, and he said, Minister of Energy, you are here, but this home has no lights. We did that commitment. I'm happy now today that that old age home is electrified. Thank you to Comrade Linah. Thank you to Comrade Linah. So I'm citing these examples to show that she was a soldier in her boots and she died in her boots. When theorize ukuba makwenziweni. She understood in detail what should be done. Comrade Mandla, as the chairperson of the province, understand here ukuthi Mpumalanga is not an easy province. It's a difficult province, you see. Ukufika kwenye ndawo, you go and deliver a clinic, eyakwezi mines, umeya angafiki. You're right, you deliver a world-class clinic to a community and the mayor does not arrive. And when that happens, comrades, I'm now talking to members of the ANC, you must know that the message you are communicating is bigger than the act of not coming when we deliver a quality service to a community. Kubeko MEC were held, no premier, babu ebagwalab, angabe kumeya. I must tell you, Abantu Mpumalanga, to me, I still don't understand that. I never experienced that with Comrade Linah as a mayor. Every time we came here to deliver whatever, how small it is, she would be there. But in this province, you find mayors who just don't come. Just don't pitch up. And Lord Terake to us, Uguti, when we go to the 110th celebration of the ANC, one of the things that happens is that we are reminded what it is to be the African National Congress. Now, Ponga Bando Batatangai, Linah gets suspended, she stays on, and she comes back. And she dedicates herself to the work of the African National Congress. It's a rare caliber of people. People go away and form something else and come and join something else. You know, I like listening to these radios, Zagut. Uba ndize Mpumalanga, zawufuka ndivula ikwekwezi. Ikwekwezi, bathetha abantu, but akwenzeki into. I had the same experience, Comrade, but I went to, I think it's 12. People are shouting at us, nothing is happening here. At that point in time, there is a total new township of RDP houses. But they were free by the state, by the African National Congress. But in the meeting, the first starting point is that I won't take into up. Abanye ya, usnike indlu. But where is the electricity? Until they are told, you remember, you took a poles for electrification. You banned those poles. Now, electrification is happening in other sections. We'll come to you because we don't want you to ban other poles. We'll come to you to last because you are banning poles. When you ban poles, you are anti-development. So, lo mama uLinah yabona lamfundisi was a good husband. Ebemkhulu uLinah emnika support, you could feel the commitment yakhe. So masicacise nto lento umane kusithiwa akwenzeki into. Actually abantu abafuna udestroya iANC abanaxesha leANC. They want to destroy transformation and progress we have made post-democracy. Ngona nisebenza hapa Mahlobo. I didn't have a right here to have a blasting certificate. Bay minor. It was reserved for white people. And when you now Fasting is given to white people only. Until we went on strike for 21 days, one of the outcomes of that 21-day strike was giving black South Africans a blasting certificate. So, we must appreciate that when people are involved and we stand on the sidelines, and all we say to this person, nothing is happening. You are actually demoralizing that person and kill a commitment that we need for this country to change. The one I'm saying is Puma, the stadium, Puma stadium, talk Puma stadium. It's the rugby stadium from Mpumalanga. At a point, no black person will play rugby in this stadium. This very stadium. So abantu abanjengolina kufuna sibahloniphe now and beyond. Now, we're directed to a number of things yesterday by the president of the ANC. Number of things. But I want to remind all of us, particularly ANC members, who must be seen by all these families who give away their children, sons and daughters to the ANC. ANC must be exemplary to those families, because those families get ridiculed. Those families get told all sorts of things. It is important for us to remind. I thought three things that we were told. We were reminded that we must commit ourselves to the renewal and rebuilding of the ANC. See, a few days ago, I commented on the Zondo Commission report. I commented. Yabona Moscow kule age ubane right abangena abantu ekuthiwa yi-allowed. Le right unayo ukuthi igama layo yi-allowed. You see, you say things as you see them. Ndithi kubo. And I want to repeat this advice to ANC members. That report is going to say many things about many of us. We must not use that report as an axe to chop one another. Yeah. If we want that report to have any value to the ANC, we must use it to identify weaknesses and mistakes we committed and use that report as a tool to rebuild the ANC. There was I analyze alone. I'm repeating it so that people must analyze it and not put words in my mouth. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. And I reminded them, because ANC aina right, aina capacity. Umuntu uyabotshwa ngamapolisa, uzawuxoxwa i-prosecution, uzawugwetywa i-judiciary system. But the ANC cannot preoccupy itself by ubani makabotshwe. It can't be the responsibility of the ANC. The ANC must say, kule report kuthiwa saphazama on this, we committed mistakes on this. How do we use this report to rebuild the ANC and have a cohesive ANC? Because if the ANC is cohesive, comrade, I can tell you now, we can say anything. One comrade phoned me on this, said, Lenite Tayoki not. Ubwa not. Did I know? I say not. What did not? Did not I say not? Not is your behavior where you are too preoccupied about how to destroy one another. If you destroy 10 members of the ANC, you are 10 less. If we remember that, we will know that building and renewing the ANC is important. Number 2, we must work hard to undo factions. I must not see him get spectacles over Okwepini faction. No. Mandimbon is a member of the ANC and work with him. That's what we should do. Now, they are trying to be neutral. Because one time when I was made the minister, what I want to funny advice, the London advisor, any experience, awunawuthatha le advisor ibiku-NTZ. Did you know? Ayo NTZ investe kulo comrade. It's the African National Congress. Ndayilanda la comrade. It's my advice up to today. Because we are conferencing sina choices. Plus we are conferencing singabantu be ANC. Now, if une experience, une knowledge, u train with ANC, we must never deprive ourselves of using that knowledge. So, lendo okuthiwa masithi undo factions. Iba factions when we go to conference senior choices and we keep that as a permanent structure and a permanent division. Masiyeke in London. Thirdly, we must redouble our efforts to fight and defeat corruption. Yabona ke bathu bamalahleni ndiyabacela abantu benzele example ndithi yabona le corruption ifana nokuthi ungumlimi ube nembewu and you take this seed, you cook it, you eat, you are full. What you don't understand is that you are full now, you will not be full tomorrow and the other day. But if you planted that seed and the harvest would feed many more other people, let's plant the seed and not cook it. That's it. Now other thing under siege is a report is deployment. Deployment is a parallel structure of the ANC. Deployment. Every time they said that to me, I reminded one thing that in 1994, every DG of the state departments was a white male. 1994, every DG government was a white male. If there was no deliberate intervention to allow black South Africans to participate and lead, we would not be having a dynamic state today. Now, ndicela ke ukuthi siyazi ukuba we are going to be attacked from all over. The interest is not on the word ANC. Is attacking transformation and the progress we're making. Painstakingly and slow as it is. So we are having one soldier removed from the team that must drive that transformation. Now, the advantage deployed to responsibilities is to appreciate ukuthi how deploy weapon. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about you driving the program of the African National Congress. If you are not driving the program ANC, you are not worth the deployment. Finally, kuto mandenze up into a eulogy. Finally, I want to refer the family to the big book of St. Peter. First St. Peter, chapter 5. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he can devour. So, we must be sober, we must be vigilant, we must appreciate the fact that our adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walked about seeking whom he can devour. So ours is to resist and be steadfast. Now, Galomazwe ambalwa on behalf of the ANC, sifununcela ukuthi lalani ngelicala linenxeba ukuze ningophi to death. Sleep on your wound so that you don't bleed to death. Nyamezelani, tutuzelekani, it will take time, but with the march of time, you will recover. I hope somebody will imagine the family and replace the contribution. Kalena. Uhlanga lungehlanga, elindwendwe lambela onga makai. So it's not that the name is fortune. I don't know, Comrade Mamluku knows this. In 2021, I lost 3 siblings. My younger sister, Utozame Parliament, my younger brother, JJ Alex. The last one, on the 30th of December. So let's visit all homes. And that visit, you think that you are cursed, you are misfortunate, you are very unfortunate, and everything is looking bad to you. Just be strong, and be strong. If you are strong, you are going to recover quicker, and immediately another person will emerge in the family to replace the role of Essau. Thank you very much.
Thank you, National Chairperson. Sanza acknowledge our Comrade Lassie Chiwale, Lobega very close, no Comrade Lina. We are also told Gutugna Comrade Des Van Royen, no Comrade Lina from the, Unkosi Ethel from the NCOP. Thank you. Now we'll hand over to the pastor now to facilitate his sermon.